Hey, it's Katie, and welcome back to my booktube channel. For today's video, I will be talking about things I love in books, and I'm going to make a separate video about different tropes I love and book recommendations for each of those tropes. So that's not what this video is going to be about, but I'm going to talk about different book features and things I love that authors do. So let's jump into it. Okay, so the first thing is that I love when books have sprayed edges, or in this case, they are sprayed and stenciled edges. I'm obsessed, and the only way I usually find these books is through Fairy Loot, and I think they do an amazing job. It's just so fun, and it's a great pop of color. It's just, I'm obsessed with it. And then another thing I love, which is also in this book is just a good example, but we also have foil embossing on the cover. And anytime I look at hardcover books in a bookstore, I always see if there's something under the dust jacket. And whenever there is, I have to buy it. I think it's so beautiful, and I'm just obsessed anytime books have foil embossing. Look at this. It's just stunning. And then also, this book just has so many things I love. I like when there's custom end papers. It's not just a white page, but in this case, it has the characters of the book, and it's different in the back. There's some more characters. It is just so beautiful, and I love those little added elements. It just makes a book feel so special. Another thing I absolutely love in fantasy books is when there's a map. I sometimes have a hard time picturing a world, especially if it is completely different than our modern world. And so whenever authors include a map, I'm obsessed with them, and I usually reference them a lot during the book. So Once Upon a Broken Heart also has a map, which is beautiful. Let me find it. It's absolutely beautiful, and I'm obsessed with it. But another map that's honestly even better is the map in Realmbreaker by Victoria Aveyard, because this map is colored. Look how stunning. This map has so much detail, and it's just gorgeous. I love it so much. And I also love, I don't know if I have a book that has this, but I've seen books before that have a different map in the front of the book than they do in the back of the book. I think that's really cool too. You get to see so much more. Moving on to some things I see a lot in romance books. I love when books have playlists. I think it's so fun. I am not very good at matching songs to different scenes in books, so when an author gives us a playlist, I love it so much. And Lauren Asher is one of those people. She always makes sure to give you a playlist at the beginning, and there's even that little Spotify thing to scan so that you can listen to it, and it's just so good. And Sophie Lark also does this, but she also does something really cool. So here's her playlist at the beginning of her books. And another thing that I love about Sophie Lark's books, let me see if I can find an example. I love that not only does she give you that playlist at the beginning, but in the text, she'll put a song. So you know when to play each song, because in her brain, that song matches whatever's happening in the scene, and she wants you to be able to listen to it while you're reading. And that is so amazing. I have never seen another author who does that. So if you have examples of other authors that do the same thing, comment below, because it is one of my favorite things when I read Sophie Lark books. And another thing that wasn't on my list to talk about, but I just saw at the beginning, are these family trees. I don't know too many series that have family trees in them, but it's also really helpful, especially in this series specifically, because I got kind of confused sometimes. So it's nice to have something to reference. I also really appreciate when romance books are dual POV, because those are some of my favorites. I always love seeing the main character fall in love, obviously, but it's so nice to see the other side of it and to watch the guy fall for the main character, because I feel you miss so much if you don't have his perspective. So when books are dual POV, it is just so good. And Lauren Asher, all of her books are dual POV, which I love. And another thing Lauren Asher does, let me see if I can find a good example, is, let me grab Terms and Conditions, because I think this is a better example. But at the top of each chapter, she has like a little doodle that matches the POV. So in this instance, our main characters are Iris and Declan. So anytime it's Iris's POV, you'll get a picture of this dress. And then anytime it's Declan's POV, you have like a little suit at the top. And it's so fun because the image always changes based on the characters. So like Throttled will have different pictures than Terms and Conditions, which has different pictures than the fine print. And it's just that extra like detail and that extra effort that just really adds to the reading experience. The last thing I have on my list is when characters are texting or emailing, or there's like social media posts or like newspaper articles that are talked about in the book, and the author includes like images of those messages. So for example, Hook, Line, and Sinker, literally it just starts off with these like text bubbles, and the text bubbles also have like little emojis. Like, it's just so fun, and I don't know, it just really grabs your attention. And I love when it's like mixed media, or for example, let me see if I can find it. I think it's this book. Has this is like a murder mystery kind of thing, and in here it has different mixed media things. There's like lists for the person of interest, there's like pages out of a planner. I don't know if I can find anything else in here, but just things like that. Or this is like an interview with like different things blocked out. It's just so fun when authors include like those little tidbits that just like add to the reading experience. I don't know. Hopefully you guys can relate to these things. These are just some of the things I really love to see in books, and it just makes me love those books so much more. If you have any other things you love to see in books, let me know. And if you have any book recommendations of books that have any of these things in them, also comment those below, because I could always use more, and it just really makes the reading experience so much fun. But these are some of the things I love in books. If you want to see a video of different tropes that I love and book recommendations based on those tropes, let me know. I would really love to do that for you guys. But if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. And if you do subscribe, please click the notification bell so you know when I upload next. Thank you guys so much for watching. I can't wait to see you in my next video.